coach, here's the basic setup. So I have, as you can see here, I got my recorder, and it's got that one game on there. I have a test game set up. So I'm going to go ahead and hit the little recorder icon to put this game in the recording mode. Okay, so this, you're going to just do this with, I'm only doing this test with one, but you're going to do it with two. So this one's done, so you can see this recorder right here. And then right here, I got an iPad that I'm going to show you, which you can see a little bit of over here. And then I got this phone. And this is going to be like with the phone that we'll use as a remote, okay? So what I'm going to do with this one is I'm going to hit the menu button, which is the button right here. And then in this list right here, there's an option that says Open Remote. So I'm going to hit Open Remote, and that's going to show you the one phone, which is this one. If this phone is not in the recorder screen, it won't show up, or it won't have the yellow light or the orange light. So this means that this is ready. And when you're ready to start recording, you're just going to hit Start, and it says Start, pause, and end. I'm going to hit Start, and that starts recording. You can see this one started recording. You can see that now. So that's how you remotely start. If you have two cameras there, those will both start. All right, now that that's done, you can close that door. Now that that's done, you can go ahead and hit on the iPad over here. I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to put this recorder off to the side. And then I'm going to take this iPad right here, and I'm going to go into the game, okay? So this is basically the game. So this is me watching the test game, all right? And it's the whole game. When you want to go into the game, it's this bar right here. When you want to go into your staff snips, it's this right here on the bottom, and then stat snips is the one at the bottom corner. So anyways, how do you snip during the game? So this is what you do. The first, you tell one of your guys, hit this button on the bottom right, and you tap it, and it's going to ask you, where do you want your snips to go? Okay, so it's going to say myself, player, staff, or all. And we're just going to say staff. You just got to do that once. Now, that's your first snip, but that's kind of a dummy snip. That was just to set it up. Now that the snips are going on, every time that there is a play, after the play is over, have your guy just hit this button right here. Bam. Okay? Done. So you just do that after every play. Every play, okay, play is over. So let's say this is a play right here. I'm waving my hand in front of this camera right here. Play is over. Hit the button. Done. That's it. Now, when you come over here into the iPad, when you're in staff, you won't see any snips here, but you have to hit this resync button. So when you hit the resync button, you can see your snips showed up. So let's do the third snip right here, and that's the one with me waving my hand. So you can see it's as simple as that. You just keep it. So I'm going to go over here, and I'm going to hit this little snip again. Just do another. The play is over. Man, the play is over. You just tap it. It goes back from there. That's done. Now I want to see that play over here. I hit the refresh right here, and you see it's a little bit grayed out. So now I'm waiting for that file to come in. I'm going to give it a second. Then I'm going to hit refresh again, and there's the file. Now it's ready to go. There's the play. If you ever want to watch a play and you want to transition from the play into the main film because you want to look before or after it, you just click here, and you pretty much you're at that spot, and you're in the actual film. So let's go to this one right here. This is the one where I was waving my hand. All right, so this is going to go. It's basically 15 seconds. For you guys, it said 15 seconds. For me and my test, it's 7. So here, let's say I want to continue watching from here. I can just click this, and now it just keeps going. I'm back in the game. So that's how you go back and forth. Same thing for stat snips. Obviously, we have no stat snips here, but every time you want to load more stat snips, you just hit resync. So So as simple as that. That shows you how to use a remote. That shows you how to watch Snip from the recorder directly, and how to watch the snips on the iPad. I think that's it. There is one more thing that you can do. Maybe you have an iPad with you, so you got your. Let's say you're watching the game on the iPad, and we'll go to Staff Snips, and you want to snip from here, like not on the film, but you want to snip while you're watching the game, but you don't have another phone, like you don't have another phone available that's dedicated for snipping and as a remote control. So what you can do is when you're in the player, there's a little remote icon right here at the end. If you click that little remote icon, it gives you a floating remote which works just like the phone. So every time you see a play, you just snip it. And right here you have to select. You see on the bottom it says My Snip Player Staff. So again, you have to select Staff right there, and you only have to do it once. So now I go ahead and I hit confirm to confirm the snip. That's done. So now if I go ahead and do it again, let's go right here, I hit this, you'll see it's already at staff, so it's already set. And this, you can do it more advanced tagging, we'll worry about that later. So you just do that, boom, that's a snip. So let's just keep going again. We'll do one more. All right, so when you're just doing generic snips, you're just basically right after the play is over, and that's just a confirmation. That's it. And you can see your snips are already down here on the bottom. So these, when you do it off the floating remote, they auto load on the iPad that you're on, but the other guys, they won't see it if they're on a different iPad unless they hit that resync button. And then you can obviously go ahead and I can hit the remote here. I can pause the recorder. Now it went orange. I can go ahead and hit this and start the recorder. It'll start again. You can see it went green. And then when the whole thing is over, I can go right here and I can hit end. And then it'll ask me to confirm it. I'll confirm it. And that's it. Game's over. Okay? Hopefully that helps, gets you going. And last thing is obviously when the game is done, just make sure all the files upload. There's an upload status at the bottom. It tells you an LQ and HQ. Just make sure the LQs are all uploaded. The HQ you can upload later. Those are like two different quality levels. One's very high quality, takes longer to upload, and the other one is lower quality, which is what we need right away. All right, thanks. Bye.